In today's video, we're gonna talk about the most recent news you probably missed. The first thing we're gonna cover is the fact that the Blender market is having right now a huge sale called For the Love of Blender, which includes discounts on add-ons, courses, shaders, you name it. So if you have something you want to get, then this is a great opportunity to do so, because there is a discount on almost everything. There are a lot of courses and add-ons that you might use. And if you don't know where to start, take a look at the description of this video and you will find a list of the most powerful and useful Blender add-ons that was created by the Blender community over the years. In other important news, a new 3D avatar generator model has just been presented by Microsoft. The model is called Rodin, and it uses AI to generate and make 3D avatars with just text prompts or an image. Before actually talking about the model itself, let's first talk about the problem that Microsoft is trying to solve here and how this model can help a lot of artists in different industries. First of all, 3D avatar models are widely used within the game and film industries as well as the metaverse. But on the other hand, the available digital avatar data is very scarce, as each avatar has to be painstakingly created by a specialized 3D artist using a special software and a sophisticated pipeline, especially for modeling hair and facial hair, and this leads to a compelling scenario for generative modeling. So to solve this problem, Microsoft has created this model where they aim to expand the applicability of diffusion such that it can serve as a generative model for 3D digital avatars. And the interesting thing is, the system generates realistic 3D digital avatars automatically. The produced avatars are freely viewable in 360 degrees and have great quality surprisingly. And the model opens up a new potential for 3D artists, and this can speed up the process of creating complex 3D models significantly in the future, because a lot of things are going to change in the future since a lot of companies are investing a lot of money and time into creating projects that help create art, whether it be 2D or 3D, which is promising and scary at the same time, especially for people who are involved personally in the industry, whether it be working directly in the industry as a 3D artist or a freelancer who relies on art as a main source of income. So things are uncertain during these times. Additionally, Rodin's technology is built on deep learning algorithms, which provides the model with the ability to comprehend the intricate details of human facial characteristics and expressions. This is basically really difficult to achieve, especially knowing that artists working in studios find it hard to nail. And using AI, it might be difficult or it might be hard depending on how smart these algorithms are. So as a result of these human facial characteristics and expressions, your avatar will not only look just like you, but it will also be able to accurately replicate your facial emotions and body posture. Also, if you missed it, the most recent update to Phoenix 5 was just released by Khaos, who has been quite busy lately with the updates. For those who don't know what Phoenix is, it is a simulation software that can simulate all forms of liquid, fire and smoke, in addition to rigid body and explosion simulations. It also offers some quick presets and a rapid setup process that can help you get started easily. This powerful software and plugin is an all-in-one solution for fluid dynamics in Max and Maya. It is also artist friendly, and it is built especially for artists who want to create fluid dynamic effects that can be fast to set up and easy to control, which is one of the strongest points, especially in the VFX industry. Anyways, with all we've mentioned so far, I believe we can all agree that Phoenix is a strong and dependent program, but with the recent update, it became much more powerful due to some of the new features and improvements to some existing tools. As the Phoenix developer said, the update brings in features to speed up your workflow and help you get your job done faster, with more creative control where you can create the desired effects quickly and easily. He continues, the Phoenix standalone simulator has also been powered up with support for time-bend resimulations and animations. So let us see what these new features are and what the hell they are talking about. The greatest focus was placed on 3ds Max in this update, where it got quicker iterations that will allow you to obtain immediate feedback to fine-tune your simulations or explore other results with support for V-Ray CPUs, and this is the case when it comes to interactive production rendering. And this will help you save more time to be more creative. Also, a chosen simulator can be bent, racked, tapered, twisted, melted, or stretched using the volume and particle deformers in Max. Also recently, in the last few days, a technical achievement award was given to Sebastian Dugoy and Christophe Somme for the concept and original implementation of Substance Engine, and to Sylvain Paris and Nicolas Warman for the design and engineering of Substance Designer. If you don't know what Substance Designer is, it is basically a software that allows 3D artists, including 3D animators, VFX artists, and game developers, to create very complex, custom, and procedural materials that function at the highest level to deliver amazing results in the field I just mentioned. Most people you know in 3D probably are most familiar with Substance Painter, which is a super popular digital painting and texturing software from the same company, which is Algorithmic, which is now owned by Adobe. So it is now an Adobe product as a consequence. Sebastian posted on his Twitter, "Infinitely honored to receive, with Christophe Somme, Nicolas Warman, and Sylvain Paris, a Technical Achievement Award for the Academy for Substance Designer. Full circle for me, passionate about VFX and animation for as long as I can remember." To be honest, I consider Substance Painter and Substance Designer two of the most revolutionary tools in the industry, whether it be VFX and especially game development, because in the early days it was really hard to do texturing, and thanks to Substance Designer and Painter, it became super fast and super easy thanks to the ability to paint in the 3D space, especially with the development of smart materials, smart shaders and masks and stuff. And in the early days, people were using Photoshop and such to create every little map in your material. In other news, the free AI-powered and markless video to animation tool Kinetics just got a new version, Kinetics 2.0. It brings better AI computational power and several exciting new features. Nowadays, there are a lot of these tools. We even reviewed some of them on InspirationTuts, like Pixcap, DeepMotion, Flask, and so on. Kinetics has many unique and versatile toolset in addition to its compatibility and integration with Mixamo. In this new version, the developers updated the machine learning extraction model, which is basically an engine that drives the motion calculation in the video. So now it can provide even better grounding, translation, and posture. The team also introduced new styles and blend features, which allows you to apply predefined style to animation in one click. For now, there is only two styles available, which are Robot and Drunk. Interesting choice in my opinion. But new styles will ensure in the future, hopefully, the sober style. I guess both robotic and drunk styles are perfect to hide any animation jitter and imperfections, so I guess it makes a lot of sense. Another great feature in Kinetics 2.0 is the ability to blend animation by assigning different source animations to different parts of the character. For example, you can use different input video for legs and another for the upper body. The animation editor, however, has been stripped down, so now you can only crop and blend your animation. And I guess this is not surprising, because everyone saw it coming. But the tool is still free, and it is a great way to create previous animations, or at least a starting point to work on your characters. Have you ever wanted to learn how to create high-octane car chases and cool VFX shots with a lot of particles and effects everywhere? If you do, then this course is probably for you. Jesse Patella, VFX instructor and founder of Redefine Effects, recently unveiled his latest course called Torque, which is a complete workflow from start to finish to build VFX shots. The Torque Film VFX Master Class will guide you through how to start with nothing but a blank 3ds Max viewport. In addition to coming up with your ideas, then he will walk you through creating a complete production quality VFX shot. Multiple shots in fact, from the very beginning like ideation process, previs, to the very end with shading, lighting, rendering, and compositing, and everything else in between. The entire masterclass consists of over 130 videos that will span many different topics like modeling, planning, animation, direction, lighting, and so much more. You will be mainly using 3D Studio Max, Typeflow, Khaos Phoenix, V-Ray for rendering, and multipass compositing, color correction, and camera effects in After Effects. The course itself is backed by a lot of reviews from the industry professionals, and it looks like it would be a great investment if you want to learn more about the VFX industry, and maybe it will help you land a job if this is what you're looking for. For example, Tyson Ebili, the creator of TimeFlow, wrote, praising the VFX artist, and I quote, "Jesse is doing an amazing job bringing TimeFlow to the masses." If you are a user of After Effects, Adobe has announced the release of the latest update of After Effects 23.2. The latest version of its digital visual effects, compositing, and motion graphics software. This version introduces a couple of improvements, but mainly the release adds support for movie industry color management standard OpenColor IO and the ACES CG color space, which is a big deal if you work in motion graphics or VFX for films, as it simplifies the complexity arising from the use of multiple image capture and presentation devices by providing a universal standard across the board that maintains, and I quote, end-to-end image fidelity, end quote. Adobe wrote on the update summary posted on February 7th, quote, OpenColor IO simplifies the ACES workflow and enables you to work natively in ACES within After Effects, end quote. Another great improvement on this iteration is also the inclusion of text layer parameters on the Properties panel. The Properties panel has been introduced in 2021, the beta version. If you are coming from Photoshop or Illustrator, it should be familiar to you. This panel will allow you to easily access all the important properties of the selected layer, so you don't have to fiddle around with multiple layer hierarchies every time you want to change a single property. And we all know the struggle. In this beta 23.2 version, the Properties panel will include a quick and easy way to edit all the properties from the character and paragraph panels from your selected layer. You can control the font, fill or stroke color, alignment, and even add text animation, all without the need for switching back and forth between different panels, which will save you a lot of time. If you want to check out the beta version, you can easily do so from the Creative Cloud app. Under Beta Apps, you will see all the apps that are available to you. The 23.2 update wasn't a huge overhaul to any specific areas in After Effects. However, the 23.0 version back in October really changed a lot of things for the better, like the new workflow for matte layers, the return of everyone's favorite format, H264 export, and a ton of presets and animation, in addition to a lot of workflow enhancements. But it looks like After Effects is heading in the right direction. Now all that is left is for Adobe to cancel their subscription model and offer a lifetime license, which is not gonna happen. Talking about Adobe, we actually created an awesome video about some of the spicy anti-consumer practices that Adobe is recently known for. We really put a lot of effort into it, so please check it out, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can get the latest update of 3D and the CG industry. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.